Planning makes execution perfect. Similar is the case of teaching. So today we'll be talking about the lesson planning and in that how to create teaching learning materials and what are the important principles for it. So what are teaching materials? Teaching materials are those which substantially affect the teaching, learning and educational experience to the learner. The nature and quality of these material enhance the learning, but these can be attractive and distractive both. So it's very important to know what are the important principles which need to be followed so that we can create better teaching learning materials. Now there are basically 5 principles on which creation of teaching learning material is based, which can be used by a teacher so that he or she can make effective teaching learning materials which can be used in the classroom. So first is the principle of links, second is principle of intelligibility, third is principle of general style, fourth is the principle of highlighting, and the fifth is principle of targeting. Let us see each of these principles separately. What is the principle of links? Principle of link says the teacher must have a proper link between what is being discussed in the class and the teaching learning material which is being used. That means whatever materials are being used or prepared for the class must have direct link, and these should not contain must have excessive information. This distracts the learner. So links should be between the content and the teaching learning material used. Second is principle of intelligibility. Intelligibility says that there is clarity in whatever is being told. That means the teaching learning material must be such that it is understood well by the students. Use of simple language, smaller sentences, clear and larger diagrams, all which are easily visible, all make teaching learning material better. Principle of general style says that a consistent style must be followed throughout the teaching material used. If there are variations, then this distracts the students' attention. For example, if a flashcard is made and in that flashcards there are different font styles of the word which is being used, those are not clear to the student. So the purpose of that material is not bent up. Therefore, a general style need to be maintained while using a teaching learning material, which is communicated effectively to the learners. Principle of highlighting. Highlighting is a concept which says that important points must be emphasized. Similarly, important concepts must be highlighted. So it helps focus on the important points which need to be understood or remembered by the students. So highlighting can be used. Then the last is the principle of targeting. Principle of targeting says that uh, whatever be the activity or the teaching learning experience, that must have they reach out to the students to whom it is taught. So the teaching learning must be targeted based upon the skill of the students, the level of the students, and the knowledge the students already have. This will help the effectiveness of the teaching learning material being used. So based upon all these 5 principles, we can create teaching learning materials which are effective in the classroom. So we just got to know the 5 principles which are important. Now what are different types of teaching learning materials? These can be blackboards, whiteboards, green boards, smart boards, all different types of boards which are available having their own different characteristics. Lecture notes, handouts, flashcards are also important kind of teaching learning material. The electronic materials such as overhead projectors, transparencies, all these are also different types of teaching material. The computer generated slides which are very important entrant into the field of teaching learning material with the excessive rise in the technology are very well used teaching learning material. These are computer generated slides in which the videos, pictures, images, all these can be entered, and even audio can also be entered. So the learning becomes multidimensional. That means audio, visual and affective domain also can be learned through it. So we talked about the different types of teaching learning materials, the components. We continue with this in the next class. Thank you.